Chapter 1. The diary begins. Amidst the oppressive silence of the maximum security prison, Jonathan, a 32-year-old man serving a 15-year sentence for a crime of passion, learns to navigate his new reality. Each day he steals moments of solitude to record his thoughts in a smuggled notebook, his only lifeline to the outside world. The harshness of his surroundings contrasts starkly with the warmth of his memories, which he pours onto each page. As he sits alone on a worn bench in the bustling prison yard, the distant sounds of clanging gates, whispered conversations, and the crunch of gravel underfoot intertwine with his reflections on regret and hope. Jonathan grapples with the weight of his past decisions, yearning for a path to redemption. The cacophony of his fellow inmates echoes his inner turmoil, reminding him that, even behind bars, the struggle for humanity can persist, igniting a flicker of hope for a better tomorrow. Chapter 2. The Brotherhood of Inmates. In the harsh reality of prison life, Jonathan discovers the intricate web of relationships that defines the inmate experience. Each day brings new encounters where friendships bloom amidst rivalries. He recalls his first meeting with Marcus, a life-sentenced inmate with a commanding presence and a wealth of stories. Marcus, despite the weight of his own past, becomes a mentor to Jonathan, guiding him through the complexities of prison culture. Their conversations are raw and revealing, filled with laughter and philosophical debates about life and redemption. As they sit on a worn bench in the cafeteria, surrounded by the cacophony of clattering trays and animated discussions, Jonathan feels a sense of belonging amidst the chaos. Through shared meals and whispered confidences, he learns that even behind bars, bonds can form, offering hope and support amid the darkness, illuminating the power of human connection even in the bleakest of circumstances. Chapter 3. The Price of Choices. In this chapter, we delve into the poignant stories of Sarah and Leo, two inmates whose lives reflect the stark realities that often lead to incarceration. Sarah, a single mother, recounts her descent into drug-related offenses, driven by a desperate need to support her children. Her voice trembles as she shares the moment she realized her choices had cost her everything, including the trust of her family. Meanwhile, Leo, a young man trapped in a cycle of violence, offers a raw reflection on the street life that ensnared him. As they share their stories with Jonathan, the sounds of sirens intermittently pierce the air, a haunting reminder of their pasts. The emotions in the cafeteria are palpable, with murmurs of understanding resonating among the inmates. Through their narratives, listeners gain insight into the systemic issues that shape lives, culminating in the profound realization that choices, however small, can lead to life-altering consequences. Chapter 4. The Turning Point. In the oppressive atmosphere of the maximum security prison, a flicker of hope emerges with the introduction of an art program led by Mia, a compassionate volunteer. The inmates are initially skeptical and resistant, their hardened shells making it difficult to embrace creative expression. As Mia encourages them to channel their emotions through art, the sound of rustling paintbrushes and laughter begins to echo through the dimly lit room. Jonathan observes the transformative power of creativity, each stroke on canvas becoming a voice for their silent struggles. As they explore colors and forms, the first emotional breakthroughs occur. Jonathan paints a haunting image that reflects his longing for redemption, while Marcus discovers joy in creating a mural that tells the story of his life. Amidst shared laughter and hesitant camaraderie, the inmates begin to peel away the layers of their past, revealing glimpses of vulnerability and connection. This moment marks a pivotal shift, igniting a desire for change and healing within the walls of confinement. Chapter 5. The Quest for Redemption. As the art program flourishes, the atmosphere in the prison shifts palpably. Inmates gather in the brightly lit workshop, the sound of paintbrushes stirring across canvases, harmonizing with laughter and meaningful exchanges. Jonathan and Marcus find themselves bonding over their shared dedication to creativity, pouring their emotions into their artwork. Amidst the clattering of easels and the soft rustle of paper, they engage in deep conversations about their pasts, each brushstroke representing a step toward understanding and healing. Jonathan documents his transformative journey in his notebook, capturing moments of vulnerability and connection. In this newfound haven, the weight of guilt and regret begins to lift, replaced by the hope of redemption. The sounds of supportive voices echo, punctuating the stillness as the inmates cheer for one another, celebrating their progress. In this cocoon of creativity, they awaken to the possibility of change and the realization that their stories are far from over. Chapter 6: Confronting the Past. In the quiet corners of the art room, Jonathan finds the strength to confront the demons of his past. Guided by the gentle encouragement from Mia, he pulls out his brush and begins to paint the memories that haunt him, the faces of loved ones, the heat of anger that once consumed him, and the moment his life irrevocably changed. As the colors flow onto the canvas, the surrounding inmates open up, sharing their own painful stories of loss and guilt. The atmosphere is thick with emotion as soft music underscores their introspection. Tears are shed during frank discussions about forgiveness, not just from others, but also from themselves. Each stroke of the brush becomes a step toward healing. The sound of quiet conversations intertwines with the soft movements of paint on canvas, fostering a sense of solidarity among them, as they navigate the tumultuous path of self-discovery and acceptance. As the art program progresses, a profound shift occurs within the prison walls. Inmates and staff begin to forge unexpected connections through their shared experiences in creativity. Jonathan observes the cautious yet hopeful interactions between the artists and the volunteers, noticing how laughter replaces whispers of distrust. A palpable sense of vulnerability envelops the atmosphere as they collaborate, sharing their art and stories, creating a safe space for dialogue. Amidst the camaraderie, Jonathan finds himself opening up to Marcus, revealing his fears of never being truly understood. Their conversations are filled with a mix of encouragement and raw honesty, creating a foundation of trust. The soundscape captures the rhythmic brushstrokes on canvas, punctuated by supportive voices and bursts of applause. Each moment reinforces their journey toward healing, revealing that redemption is not solely an individual path, but a collective endeavor, a testament to the power of connection and understanding in overcoming past mistakes. Chapter 8: The Struggle for Redemption. As the days pass, Jonathan wrestles with the inner turmoil that threatens to derail his journey toward redemption. The path is fraught with memories of pain and regret, each brushstroke in his artwork stirring emotions he'd rather bury. In hushed tones, he confides in Marcus, seeking guidance on the nature of change and hope. Marcus responds with a gravelly voice, sharing tales of his own battles, how he faced his demons within the cold confines of this prison. The soundscape shifts. Moments of silence are punctuated by Jonathan's heart pounding, the weight of doubt heavy in the air. Encouraging voices from fellow inmates resonate around him, each word a lifeline that pulls him back from the brink. They remind him that every misstep can lead to growth, forging connections that transcend the bars around them. In the intimacy of their shared vulnerability, Jonathan finds the flicker of hope he desperately seeks, igniting a renewed resolve to pursue his redemption. Chapter 9: The Birth of Hope. As the art program flourishes, an air of anticipation envelops the inmates. Jonathan and his fellow artists gather, brainstorming ideas for an upcoming exhibition where their work will showcase the power of transformation. Amidst laughter and hushed whispers, excitement builds as each inmate shares their vision, intertwining personal stories with vibrant colors and expressive strokes. The soundscape captures this energy, brushes gliding over canvases, collaborative discussions, and bursts of laughter punctuating the atmosphere. Jonathan, reflecting on the significance of their creations, realizes that art has become a language of hope and healing. Through painting, they've forged connections and embraced vulnerabilities, revealing hidden depths of emotion. With each piece, the inmates reclaim their narratives, challenging societal perceptions of their pasts. As preparations intensify, a shared dream emerges, transforming a stark prison into a gallery of resilience, reminding them all that within the confines of these walls, the seeds of hope can blossom. Chapter 10: A Window to the Outside. As Jonathan sits in his cell, the weight of his impending release hangs heavy in the air. He closes his eyes and lets his mind drift to memories of his family, his mother's warm embrace, his younger sister's laughter, and the thrill of feeling grass beneath his feet. The distant sounds of children playing echo in his thoughts. Their joy reminds him of what he longs to reclaim. Outside, life continues unfettered. Cars honk, birds chirp, and the wind rustles through the trees, each sound a stark contrast to the sterile environment of the prison. Wrapped in a blanket of nostalgia, Jonathan reflects on the responsibilities that await him. Fear creeps in, mingling with hope. What if he falters? What if the world has changed beyond recognition? Yet, with every heartbeat, he feels a flicker of excitement. Freedom beckons, and he knows now that he must confront the unknown with courage, embracing the challenge of his new beginning. The day of the exhibition dawned, casting a mix of excitement and anxiety over the prison. Inmates hurriedly prepared their artwork, each piece representing a personal journey, a glimpse into their souls. As Jonathan stood before his canvas, his heart raced. The thought of sharing his story with visitors both thrilled and terrified him. The air buzzed with nervous chatter, punctuated by the clinking of glasses as guards set up refreshments in the courtyard. As family and community members began to arrive, a wave of self-doubt washed over him. Would they see the man he was or the mistakes he had made? Conversations flowed around him, revealing shared nerves among the inmates. But as the first applause erupted, Jonathan felt a surge of pride and vulnerability. This was their moment, a chance to confront not just their fears but also their hopes for redemption. The exhibition became a celebration of resilience, love, and the desire for second chances. Chapter 12. Reflections on Humanity. As the art exhibition unfolds, a profound dialogue emerges between inmates and visitors. Jonathan stands by his artwork, a self-portrait that captures the essence of his turbulent journey. The murmured conversations around him blend with laughter and occasional tears, creating a tapestry of shared human experience. A visitor shares her own struggles with addiction, breaking down barriers as she connects with Sarah, whose story of motherhood resonates deeply. In the background, sounds of clinking glasses and applause wash over the room, reinforcing the impact of this shared vulnerability. The inmates feel a newfound sense of dignity and purpose as they witness the community responding with empathy and understanding. Jonathan reflects on how art has transformed not only their individual narratives, but the perceptions of those outside. Sounds of deep discussions fill the air, echoing the message that humanity can thrive even in the darkest places. This connection fosters hope, a beacon shining amidst their struggles. Chapter 13. The Moment of Truth. As the days dwindle down to Jonathan's release, he finds himself engulfed in a whirlwind of emotions. The constant ticking of the clock amplifies his anxiety, each tick a reminder of the impending change. In hushed conversations with fellow inmates, they share their own fears and hopes. What will freedom feel like after years behind bars? Jonathan grapples with the weight of his past and the uncertainty of the future. He reflects on the friendships forged within these walls, the lessons learned amidst the chaos, and the uncertainty that still looms ahead. Sounds of shuffling feet and murmured discussions fill the air, punctuated by moments of silence as they contemplate their paths. With every shared story, Jonathan feels a sense of camaraderie and support, a profound bond that transcends their circumstances. The gravity of the moment bears down on him, both exhilarating and terrifying, as he prepares to face the world beyond the confines of the prison walls.